Hey, y'all. It is me, Sonya, coming back at you with another podcast, all here to help you start your week off with a little less chaos, okay? So, I am super excited to be coming to you today because, as usual, we're doing the things. We're coming in here for 20 minutes where we're going to work on figuring out what our good thing was, figuring out what we doing this week with the docket, coming together to learn a little bit more about intentional living, and then praying it all out. Okay, so I'm super. And I'm super excited because we're doing the second episode of this series on life building. And I am just so excited about doing this. If you haven't caught this, for my live folks, this is pre-recorded. I'm sorry. But today I'm gonna be at an all-day meeting and I could not get into DC on time if I were to do my live. Okay. So anyway, y'all, I'm so excited to be back at you again. We doing it as usual. So first things first, as usual, is that good thing. What is your good thing for this past week? Okay. Now listen, as I always talk about, knowing and reflecting on the past is so important, and reflecting, not dwelling, it's a big difference, but reflecting on the week before helps us plan out for the next week. It helps us feel confident in the fact that we can kill it again for this new week. So that's why it's so important to start off with something good, starting off with something that you're thankful for. So for me, these good things that I have, these are prophetic, okay? Because we're going ahead of the time to say what good things happen. So one thing that I'm hoping I'll be able to say truthfully, I'll put it in the comments if I didn't make it. But one thing that I have done is completed my work training. That is the goal, okay? So hopefully that will be an actual good thing that I got done this week. But then also I got my hair done, and unfortunately, because this is a pre-record, you're not going to be able to see it. But maybe I'll have a little post or whatever so you can see what it looks like, okay? But anyway, I got my hair done because I'm going out, or I went out to a really awesome event that same night on Friday. So I'm super excited about it. And hopefully those will all be good things that I got to do this past week. But that is the plan for my good things, okay? What are a couple of good things that you got done this past week? I really encourage you to take a moment and look back at your list. Look back at the things that you said you wanted to get done and be thankful for them. Be excited that you actually got them done, okay? Because that's going to help you build resilience, and then also make sure that you feel confident enough to get some new stuff done today and this week, okay? So, all right, so that's the good thing. That's the couple of good things that should have happened by the time you're seeing this recording. Then we got what's on the docket, y'all. Okay, so I've been telling y'all I've been going through it these last 4 weeks. Well, not 4 weeks of the year, because it's now 3 weeks of the year, right? But since the end of Thanksgiving, or like Thanksgiving week, I have been going through it at work, okay? I have had a ton of stuff to get done. So for me, we're winding down. This is my last full week in the office for the year. Well, not for the year, because I'll be back at the end of the year. That last week of the year, I'll be back. But for a while, that'll be the last time in the office for a little bit. And my plan for this time this week is to get all of my PMP training done. So I have my project management professional certificate, and I have to get, I think, at least 5 more credits done to be able to continue my PMP. So I got to get on it, okay? I don't know how I got here. Sometimes even well thought out plans don't always work out. Sometimes when you are intentional, some things slip. And this one, it's on me. I messed up. But anyway, we're going to get that done this week. And then I got a couple of things, like I mentioned, I have an all-day meeting that I'm going to be a part of. Super excited about that. I'm just going for like support. It's my colleague that is presenting, but I'm part of the project. So it's like a whole like discussion about the projects, the related projects in this. I guess you would call it like a grant. I don't know. I don't think that's the right wording for it, but we'll go with that. And I'm talking about the future and things like that. So I'm super excited about that. And then what else is happening, y'all? So many different things. We got holiday parties happening. We got our division holiday party. And then I got a bunch of meetings. Y'all, if y'all saw my calendar for work, y'all will want to give me a hug. I have a lot of meetings. Well, we gonna make it, okay? We gonna make it. All right. So that's what's on the docket for me. What's on the docket for you this week? Have you kind of walked through what the workday looks like this week? Do you have any things that you got to plan for? Any doctor's appointments? Oh, I remembered. I have a dental appointment that I got to go to as well. So make sure that this is the whole point to this podcast, to hear me yap for a little bit, but then also to make sure that you're preparing yourself for the week ahead. Okay? All right. So now we're back again to the intentional topic of the week. And this is the second week of the Build Your Life series. And this time we're talking about factory reset. Yes, factory resets. Now I know that typically is what you do with an electronic. It's so funny. The other day, my work computer, I was having some trouble with Teams, and I was trying to fix it. I was like, all right, maybe if I shut down Teams and open it again, maybe if I just let it cool down for a little bit. Child, that still didn't work. You know what I had to do? I had to restart my computer. That's what I had to do. I had to restart my computer, and now my Teams worked. Everything was happy. And that is something that I think we all have to do in our lives regularly. Sometimes we just got to restart. Sometimes we just have to reset. And if you've been following me for a while, you already know that this intentional life is all about review. It's all about reset. Matter of fact, this is what this whole podcast is about. This podcast is about making sure that you are weekly resetting. But at the end of the year, there's something that I embark on called the reset, that I literally reset my whole entire life. I look over the years, see my accomplishments, see the things that I got done, the things that I didn't get done, and I make plans for the new year. What's my theme for the new year? What are the lessons that I learned in this past year? How can I apply these lessons for the new year, right? So I'm going to be taking some time to do that on my vacation, because I'm going to be going on vacation and I'm very excited about that. Okay. But I also wanted to give you a couple of gems on how you can do your own factory reset. Okay. I also have a program called The Reset. So if you're interested in actually walking through what I'm about to talk about, then you can click the link in the comments below. Okay. And that program walks you through exactly what we're going to be talking about today. Now, I'm not going to go into a whole lot of depth here, because again, this is a quick little podcast. We're going in, we're coming out, right, real quick, because I want you to get on your day and start going, right, and get your weekly review done. But I at least wanted to give you a little bit of this information so that you can move forward. If you want more, go ahead and get the reset, or check out my videos on my YouTube channel. There's also some free content there that kind of walks through some of these steps, okay? So let's break it down. One thing that I realized in life is that review is key. Review is completely key to making sure that you're on top of this life, that you're actually intentional with every aspect of your life. And it all starts with this type of process. And I kind of walk through this process. It's kind of funny, like this whole process of kind of acknowledging, of living by your principles, executing by process, winning by practice, all are embedded in this process that I'm about to walk you through right now. And I found, as I kind of started thinking about the things that were important to me and how to reset my life well, these were the 4 things that I thought were super important to build out, and what I do every week, every month. Every month, every week, every quarter, and in more depth every year, actually. So the very first step is the preparation step. This is the step where you take the moment to really get your mindset in the right frame of mind. I always talk about how thankfulness is key to walking out this life well, because it helps you believe in yourself. It helps you remember all the good things that have happened for you so that you can feel more confident about what's to come. Because even if, and one of the things that I realize is that when we are living our lives, we are actually wired to see the negative more. So it's important that we actually are intentional about thankfulness, intentional about looking for the good things, because that is what helps to build us, okay? So first step, preparation, right? Whenever I start in this reset, this factory reset, I start to think about, well, what am I thankful for? I look at the 6 key areas of my life: God, my body, my mind, family, friends, and finances. And I say, okay, what can I be thankful for in each one of these areas this year? What happened? I go through my pictures. I even go through my calendar sometimes. I go through all of these different things so that I can remember all of the good moments of the year. This gets you in the right mindset to truly reset and look at your life objectively so that you can make the right decisions about where to go, right? Then the next step is to review. You're actually taking the time to review your year, to look back and reflect on the past so that you can move forward accurately. Now, notice I did not say dwell, right? Because there's a fine line with that. If we begin to dwell on the past, we begin to take more stock in the past than we do in the future, then we get stuck back there. And we don't want that, right? But we do learn from our past. So we take a moment to look back at your year, reviewing your year, looking at where you are, where you want to go, identifying the gap, and then figuring out if you can figure out a lesson that you can learn from what you just reviewed, right? I suggest that you look at this in those 6 key areas again. If you already have a life plan, then you already kind of start to do that. For me, with my life plan, I have like a little bit of notes for every quarter, and that kind of helps me jog my memory when I do the big one, the big review at the end of the year, in which I'm going to be doing on vacay. Cannot wait for vacation, okay? Then the next step is to dream, to plan for the future. Now, this is going to be planning for the new year. This is your chance to look and say, okay, this is where I want to go. The big end of life type of thing that I want to see, right? These big goals that you know you can't get done in a year. These are the things that you're looking towards. And now this dreaming session gives you a chance to look at those big goals and say, well, what part of this can I do in the next year? I talked about this at the beginning of 4th quarter, but I'm believing that 2025 is the year of more, right? And I'm wondering, are you excited about the more? Are you excited about the things that you're going to get to do? I encourage you to take a moment to truly dream in this season. Dream and say, what can I do? I've already started. Now, granted, this is kind of like a process that I do every year, but sometimes I actually kind of do some of these things out of order just when I'm praying or things like that. So I've already kind of started to dream, kind of started to plan, but I'm excited to sit down and do these things during my vacation. So once you're finished dreaming, once you're finished looking at that life plan that you have, if you need one, I can help you. But once you finish looking at all of those things, now it's time to implement. How do we implement that? Well, We build out those specific goals that you want to hit in the new season that you're about to attack, the new year that you're about to attack. You start to look at your routines. Do you need to change anything in those routines so that you can actually hit these new dreams that you want to see in your new season? That is a quick overview of the 4 things that I talk about in the reset, and how I think it's so important for each of us to do that factory reset in our lives, okay? So if you want more in depth, then definitely hit up the reset. The link is below. Or check out some of my YouTube videos if you want to just get a quick overview of it. I'll try to link some of those down below as well. Okay? So, all right, y'all, that was it for this week. I hope that y'all are going to have I know you guys are going to have an awesome week because you took the time to review and get ready, okay? Let's go ahead and do that Dreamboost prayer, okay? Let's pray. Lord, show us how to reset. You said that your mercies are new every morning, so help us to receive the new as we reset and return. Show us how to learn from our experiences and build a tomorrow that gets us ever closer to our destiny. All right, y'all. Well, I hope that was good for you. See you in the next one, okay? And really take some time to reset. You will be so surprised at how much further you go in this new season. All right? Peace.